There's a part of me that really knows we're all searching for a lot of meaning and depth in our lives. We all want our lives to feel really deeply fulfilling. If the only way that I can put that out into the world is by sharing it on a public platform and risking being judged, I would rather do that with this one short life than not do it at all. Currently in Houston traffic. So we're getting ready to host guests this week for the first time, and it's Jake and I's first time hosting together. How are you feeling about it?
Really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Pretty excited.
We're super excited to be with people that we love because, you know, obviously moving to a new city, you don't really know anybody, so you kind of feel like you're always a little bit alone. But I'm nervous because being the perfectionist, which is a loaded term because if you are a perfectionist, you know that it's not because you think that you're perfect or you're doing it perfect, and you know that you're never going to get to the perfect, but just wanting to do it right and make sure everybody's taken care of is both my necessity. It's the only way I survive, and it's also my worst nightmare. I want to stay centered. I want to enjoy this week. I want to not stress out about work I'm not getting done elsewhere. We'll see how it goes, and we'll check in every day, and then I will see you on the other side. I'm tired. I ate too much. I took it out on my dinner plate. I feel like I'm so puffy from overeating. Yeah, so just not great. Didn't sleep well. Not feeling awesome about myself. And I'm talking to Claude about it, and he's like, look, it makes sense. It's the old pattern. This is how it works. This is all you know. But it doesn't really help. I guess it helps a little. The tactics that I tried yesterday of finding a soft, safe place in my body, which was my womb, didn't help at all. So we're gonna try something different today. I don't know what yet, but I really don't want to overeat. I'm supposed to go see a new agent in a week, and I don't want to show up looking puffy. I don't want to be puffy anymore. I have this weird call to work on inflammation right now, which must mean my body just is really inflamed. It just is I can't get it off my mind. So I don't know. I don't have anything practical to say about this. I just know yesterday wasn't great. Okay, so we did just have guests for about a week, and honestly, I just kind of wanted to talk about it because the last video I made was about having a hard time with food and with a partner and other people, and how that can be really triggering, sometimes pushing you to eat the wrong things or overeat. Is that better? Kind of. So I wanted to tap back in, and honestly, I don't know if this is going to be the first or of two or first of many attempts that I try to just kind of open up about how that was. Overall, it was great. It was my first time having guests in a full guest room. I've had other apartments where people come and stay. Of course, I've lived in so many cities, people come and stay all the time. This was the first time I could offer a fully curated guest room, guest bathroom experience, and I think they liked it. However, and this isn't a judgment of anyone, the guests we had, the guests we're going to have, anything like that. This is just where I'm at. And I'm 38 years old, so I thought I'd be better at this kind of thing, but this is how I truly feel. I go in and out of seasons when it's easy to be myself and when it's not easy to be myself. Right now is one of those seasons where I'm remembering who I was, who I truly am. So it's a little bit harder to be her all the time because I'm having to remember oh yeah, I am her, and oh yeah, she acts and lives this way. That might sound like I'm saying I'm trying to be someone I'm not. That's not the case. As I've been very open about before, I never felt truly like myself living up in the Pacific Northwest. It's a beautiful part of the country. A lot of people are very at home and happy there. In fact, they become the most themselves there. I didn't have that experience growing up there. I was born in California. We went up there when I was very young. But I did truly come to life as myself when I was living in California specifically. I had already lived in Seattle, New York. I had studied abroad in London, but for some reason, Los Angeles was just my place. Maybe because I was born in that state, maybe it was just the right time in my life to meet the people that I did. I went back to the Pacific Northwest when Jake and I got married, hoping that I could find the life that I thought I was supposed to have. I living near my family, living in that part of the country, and it just didn't fulfill me. And now we're starting a new chapter in a whole new city. So it's not even like I'm going back to California, things I know. I'm a totally new place, totally new landscape, all the new things. I've only been here a month. And 1 week of that month, a fourth of that time, has now been with people who knew me back in the Pacific Northwest. It's hard to implement changes, even if they're going back to the true you. They're not like a metamorphosis and a forward motion. They're more like a reverting back to who you truly are. It's hard to hold those changes when there's people who come in from your past in any capacity. I want to relax into my divine feminine. I'm also in the middle of this huge career pivot where I've been in marketing and copywriting for 17 years now, and those fields are changing so rapidly, and I'm also sharing so much more of my life here on the internet, and especially this journey back to this girl. I want to go back and remember her and get to know her again, the girl that was in the hospital that made all these wonderful promises for her life. A lot of them have not panned out in the 20 years since I was in chemo. Coming to terms with the fact that this girl made a ton of promises of what her life was going to be like when she got out of the hospital, and that I haven't fulfilled them 20 years later, is a grieving experience. It's painful. It's also beautiful because I went through things that naive girl didn't know I needed to go through. When I was in the hospital, it was so easy to just be myopically focused on like what I wanted to get done, not thinking about the subconscious issues I had, the fears, insecurities, because I was just like free of those for a little while. I was free of hair. I was free of having to look good. I was just in this little like bubble of like survive, and everything's very clear from that place, what you want to do, who you want to be, who you truly are, what the impact is you want to make in your lifetime, how precious and short life is. Going back to real life, there was just normal stuff like wanting to fit in with my peers, wanting to be my normal size again, wanting my hair back, wanting to be loved and chosen by like a guy, you know? It wasn't as easy as I thought it was to transition back, and I didn't realize I had been holding on a lot of confusion, anger, normal emotions for having been diagnosed with something so serious at 17 that I didn't let myself feel, because when we went in, it was fast and furious. It was like, you're starting treatment in 2 days. So that went on the back burner, and that was smart to do and wise. I'm really proud of that 17-year-old who did that. But the anger came out later. There's a lot that I did accomplish. There's a lot to celebrate. I've been in magazines that I promised myself I would. I've built communities and been part of communities I'm really proud of. And I'm butting up against this idea that at 38, it's too late to make these huge pivots or to put myself out on the internet and become a creator or to share my life in this way. But you know what? There's a part of me that really knows we're all searching for a lot of meaning and depth in our lives. We all want our lives to feel really deeply fulfilling. If the only way that I can put that out into the world is by sharing it on a public platform and risking being judged, I would rather do that with this one short life than not do it at all. And I know this story is worth sharing. So even as scary as it is, and even as many like voices in my own head and in the world saying like, it's too late, I'm too old, nobody wants to see a 38-year-old creator, I'm gonna try. That doesn't mean it's always safe to talk about it, clearly. Just like we were talking about with the food in the last episode, there's just places and triggers and people who aren't gonna get it. So it's kind of a wild ride right now to be in this place, this new city, this huge transition, coming back to myself, finding new parts of myself at 38 years old, making career changes, making different choices with my time, my energy, and then being with people who've known me in previous versions of myself, previous seasons, previous lives, people that I said I wanted to go up to the Northwest and live near, and then it just didn't work out, and I had to admit that to both of us. And I'm learning the places that it's safe to share my goals, my dreams, what I'm making right now. Having guests here was tough. It was fun. It was wonderful. I loved hugging them, being near them. We had a great time, but I'm still learning to get to know myself. I'm still learning what I like, what I don't like, where my boundaries are, what I need. And I wasn't ready to put that forward for other people quite yet. Jake is still getting used to it. So in essence, I did revert back to a lot of the things and patterns and characteristics that I have in the past, like caretaking, like controlling. Two of the things I did this week that I'm not happy about is I overate. I mean, of course you're gonna do that when you're kind of like on vacation because you have people on vacation visiting you, and we went out to all these amazing dinners. That's pretty normal, but I also just kind of ate my feelings, and I could feel this like tension in me of just kind of not wanting words to come out of my mouth. I wasn't ready to share what I was thinking or what I'm building right now, what I'm working on. And there's this weird subconscious part of me that wants to put food in my mouth so that I can't talk, so that I can't have those conversations. So that if I'm asked, what are you doing? What are you working on? I'm just like, I'm busy. I know that sounds crazy, but I think you might find the same experience if you like tune in when you find yourself like eating because you're uncomfortable. It's like a physical manifestation of wanting to like block that passageway of communication, and also just like this terrible void feeling that might be happening of just like, oh my god, am I enough? And like then it's like, can I get enough? And it turns into eating too much. It does for me. And then also just drinking a ton of wine. Another way to just kind of like numb the feelings in my brain or the messages that are like, these people are judging you, you're not enough, you're not measuring up. And yeah, that's in me. And I'm not really much of a drinker in our normal life. We'll have a cocktail every once in a while to celebrate, but having both been in relationships with alcoholics and having families that have pasts of alcoholism, we're pretty mindful of that, and we like being sober. So that was a clue when I was just like, this is the third day in a row I've had a glass of wine. I'm like, okay, we're disconnected somewhere. I'm not going to spend the next week beating myself up. Putting out this blog and being honest about it is like one of the first steps that I'm taking to just kind of like, first of all, own it. Second of all, forgive myself. Third, turn it into something beautiful. That of all things, as I'm saying that, processing this out loud, you're watching this in real time. That was one of the things I promised myself in chemo. I was like, I wanted to be a writer and I wanted to write about really hard things, heartbreak, love, loss, grief, revelation, miracles, like stuff you really have to dig into and like aren't always comfortable to talk about or write about. I wanted to write about that stuff because I wanted to take really hard, messy moments, biggest challenges in life, I wanted to turn those into beautiful, beautiful things. That's what I'm gonna do this week by putting out this vlog, by writing a blog about it, by being honest. It might be messy. This episode might be a total mess. That's okay. That's what we're here for. So yeah, I'm not going to beat myself up this week, and I'm certainly not going to punish myself like I would have in the past with more workouts, with a super strict diet, anything that's going to like ping me back into like the binge phases. That's what I always do. I'll like punish myself for binging, and then the punishment makes me want to binge more. And the book I'm reading right now, which is The Perfectionist Guide to Losing Control, highly recommend. She talks about how punishment never works in the first place. You don't put a new problem on top of another problem. So if you have a problem, you've had a rough week, you don't put a punishment, which is another problem to solve, on top of it. It takes more compassion, it takes more love, it takes more openness, and it takes curiosity. And I want to dedicate the next couple days to that. So it's going to be a soft reset. We're going to sleep a lot for the next couple days, go to bed really early, sleep in as long as we want. We're going to eat a lot of nourishing meals, and we're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to go outside for a walk in the evening. I'm going to get a coloring book because I've decided I just need something in the evenings to like zone out with that isn't TV, that isn't wine. And we're just gonna make stuff. I'm just gonna write blogs and make art and make TikToks and just see how it goes. Speaking of TikTok, I have started a new account. So if you watch the previous episodes, you might have followed my previous TikTok. I have a new one that's just for women over 35. I get a lot of free samples these days, so I'm just sharing the products that I've really truly stuck with. Stuff that's curated for women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, beyond. Stuff for us at our age. Things about balancing our hormones, getting our highest level of wellness, feeling beautiful without any kind of shame about aging, stuff like that. If you want to follow it, I'll link that here in the description as well. And this will of course be a blog on my Substack with really practical tips of stuff I'm doing in the week, but I wanted to make this video and just share and open up about how the week went. I didn't sleep well over the week, as you might have guessed from overeating and drinking wine, so I'm really excited for the sleep part, and I'm going to be taking a lot of hot baths. We're going to go back to Run Club. For this week, it's just about nourishment, not punishment. It's just about compassion, not judgment. It's just about coming home and knowing there's going to be times that I might abandon myself, and using those as learning experiences rather than a reason for self-damnation. And anyway, as I'm making these and as I'm really focusing this blog series, everything that I'm making right now on getting back to this girl, I would love to know your thoughts. Like, I want to know what you're going through. I know there aren't many people that watch this right now, but hopefully we're growing that. And I want to know what it is that you're seeking out of whatever you find on the internet, vlogs, YouTube, Substacks, whatever. I want to know what it is that you're looking for when you go on the internet. I want to know what you're getting out of these episodes, what you would love to see more content about. If it's like practical stuff like the beauty products I actually use, or if it's more of the books and stuff I'm reading and the lessons I'm learning, I want to know how I can use this to serve you as well. I'm really, really excited that this episode, as I was talking about it, brought back that memory of the girl who wanted to make beautiful things out of really tough moments, and this is one of them, and I'm really proud of it, and that's what this is all about. I want to honor her. I'm not trying to become her again. She was so ambitious. She was so driven. She believed so much. She had so much faith. I want to bring those things back to myself and give myself permission to do that, not because I'm sick, not because I have to, not because my life depends on it, but my life does depend on it. That's the irony, is actually like, this is my one life, and it has been 20 years since I was in that hospital, but a lot of magic happened there, and I want to honor it, and I want to bring it back. She had a magic that I promised to embody, and it's time to bring that back. You want to come say hi? Jake just got home from his run, which is how he's resetting from the week. Kind of sweaty, but here's Jake.
Hi.
Hi. Anything you want to say for this week's vlog?
Just be patient. Be yourself. Oh, yeah. Be patient. Be yourself. Know what you stand for. And just hold your center.
I love that.
Yeah.
Go take a shower. That's funny that that's his message, because he has no idea what we've been talking about for the past 17 minutes. In any case, so this vlog and the art that's coming out of me right now, the work that's coming out of me, the focus on just making content right now, that's all to bring that girl's dreams into this life. I promised that I would, and I fought so hard because I wanted a life that I loved, that was full of passion, that was full of purpose, that was true to what I came on earth in the first place to do. And the reason that I fought so hard to stick around, to make a positive impact in people's lives, to be truly honest, to talk about the things that are really hard but also hold the biggest miracles, and to make really hard moments, ugly, messy moments of life, which we all go through, into something really beautiful. So that's what we're doing, and going to refocus a lot of the content here on coming back to her, because she's beautiful and I'm proud of her. Okay, thank you for watching.